Okay, Gael, we're going to look at your butterfly from a head-on position. And the first thing that we're going to notice as you're coming towards the camera is that there's a good portion of your top catch that you are pushing either out or down towards the bottom of the pool. And it's not till you get to your mid catch or your rear catch that you're actually pushing the water straight back. So you'll notice here, after you put your head in the water, while your head is still traveling down in a downward motion, you see your hands sweeping out towards the sides. Again, pushing water to the side will not help you move forward. We can see here, if we zoom in, how deep underneath the water your elbows are, which makes it not only harder for you to catch water because you are having to push deeper water, as well, it makes it harder for you to get your hands out of the water in the back of the stroke, having the elbows down. We see here that your fingertips are doing a really good job of pointing down the entire time. As you come into the screen, here we see your head's entering well before your hands are. They should come together more as a unit so that your head's not still traveling downward while your hands are pushing the water outward. Here we finally get our fingertips pointing straight down. In order for us to be able to push the water behind us, you need your fingertips to be pointed straight down so that the water will be pushing straight behind you. You see here, notice it's just very slightly that your right elbow is a little bit deeper than where your left elbow is. That your right hand is a little bit wider, further away from the hip line than where your left elbow is. So there needs to be more symmetry there in the stroke. As your hands are leaving the water, we see a good space between your hands and your hips. To get more power, we really want to see the hands pushing the water beneath the thighs and then moving past the hips like we spoke about while you were here. I love how narrow your entry is and how soft your hands are. But again, your chest press seems like it's just taking a little bit too long. You're moving down for a little bit too long. Kind of like when you dive in the water and you don't want to continue your path down, you have to rebalance yourself to move yourself forward. Instead of undulating so deep, which is causing this pause and this time where our hands are just sweeping outward and not really grabbing a lot of water. It'd be easier if you would, instead of letting your head go so deep, take your head more forward and keep your head closer to the surface so you could get your fingertips pointed down a little bit quicker. Again, we see here the width of your hands is just a little wide. I like how straight back your pull is. Again, you can see how the elbows are a little bit deep, especially the right elbow is just a little bit deeper than the left elbow. We really want to try and make that pull pattern a little bit more narrow. You can even see a slight tilt in the hips happening here and in the knees. So you can see how that symmetry just goes down your body. Your head's very deep and you're lifting your eyes up very soon, like before you're ready for the breath. And then this whole time, notice as you are taking your head down and lifting your head up, you're not really catching a lot of water and your arms are making more of a circular path. If you just watch these bubbles that go off your fingers, we can see them traveling in a circular path, not really pushing the water straight back behind us. Here's where you get the most propulsion out of your stroke, but again, You'd have an easier time getting your hands out of the water if your elbows were breaking the surface at the same time. Here you can see, sorry it's a little blurry, one elbow is still under the water and the other elbow is breaking through the surface. It'd be easier to get both hands together if they're closer to your body and the elbows were at equal height. So I'll just let you watch this in slow motion. Again, you can see the depth of the head is causing a little bit of width at the top crunch. And again, you can see that the right elbow is dropping just a little bit deeper than the left elbow. The right knee is dropping just a little bit deeper than the left knee, making it harder to get your recovery out of the water. Again, you can see how deep your head is going and how much you're having to lift up, how long you're having to lift up instead of moving forward to get to your breath. I hope this helps.